Hey traders, Nick Shane here looking at GM, General Motors. Alright, so pretty violent stock for it being what it is. I know they've had a strike, longest in history probably, I'm not sure, I lost track. I thought we were done with this stuff. 6 PE, so pretty cheap, and it yields 4% on top of it. It sells at 0.36 of sales. So definitely not a lot of fat to trim off of this bad boy. Okay, so is it a time to go long? Is it a time to go short? I think it's neither. I would watch a few levels, and the tricky part is defining these levels. So when this is about a year's worth of data, and this shows me that this little yellow line here tells me that this is exactly where they fought over it the most. What do I mean by that? All these little lines down here, which are volume, everybody has seen those. But there's also volume profile on this side, which basically puts this stuff where it belongs. So it tells me that at this level here, 36.9-ish, is where they fought it the most. And up here, the second most. And the whole battle was between these two levels here and here. So clearly it's stuck in this zone, and right now it is at the stickiest. And if it rallies, there's resistance above. Sure enough, look at where it failed right here, 38.6 or 7. This was the second highest point. What do these mean? It means that the buying and selling happened most here and here. And so bulls and bears agreed, buyers and sellers agreed, so they fight it out hard. So it's sticky. So if the stock is rallying and it approaches a zone like this, boom, it slows down because they have habits of going at it. If it's falling and it approaches this line, it's support because, again, it slows down. So what about now? This is a daily chart, so it doesn't really tell me a lot except that it's stuck in the middle. So I'm going to go into smaller increments to see if I can pick out a better action plan here. So we're right here, about 120, so 2-hour charts. All right, so I get a little bit more information here. So this is a 2-hour chart. Let me see if I can mark it up, get a little smarter about it. First of all, I do like the fundamentals. Clearly, it's not fat. The buyers are in control, believe it or not, off of this on this time frame, meaning they're falling, but they're hitting places where there's buying done systematically. So we have higher low trend. It hit a roof, and this is not a coincidence roof. Look at this. That was a gap, little gap, and a ledge. So if you can say this is resistance, right? That cluster, whatever happened here, was resistance. I don't know why I had highlighted here because of these two candles. And okay, so it's a significant box right here. A lot of stuff happens around it. If I extend it, it's just above here. So I do have a little cluster here and a lot of wishy-washy stuff in between and a cluster here. So we are in a sticky zone, and we have wild action around it. If they can hold above this zone right here, the buyers will stay in control. Otherwise, they're going to fall back to about this zone. But it should be supportive because everything was going against it with the headlines, and this is where it fell to. So here's what I would do. I would watch the ascending higher low trend, right? And then I will watch this little gap here and what it's going to do with this zone. Maybe we get a headline of sorts that pops it up, or it just meanders up. It might take some time. And then I'll put a trigger, which I already did, that orange line. It's an alert. If it gets here, talk to me. How come? Because I want to see, then it becomes some sort of a trend line, neckline that gets taken out. Then they can challenge this cluster here and go up higher. So the idea is to wait for price action to, so now we're back down to 30-minute increments. It's even tighter time frame. And here it's clear that we have a consolidated zone just below current price, and that we still have a little gap open here, and a lot of whoosh down here after the pop. So really, there's a good base down here. For this time frame, this is the point of control where most of the action happened, that orange line. See, that orange line changes based on the time frame. This also tells me that the value area is not up here, it's down here, but it's a good thing because they went above it and now they're trying to establish it as floors. So now we have more information on a half-hour chart. Okay, so now I could say that this is a, if I go long in anticipation for somebody that says, you know what, I'm long, or I want to go long right here, right now. For me, I'd rather wait for the trigger. But if I go long right here, then I'll stop myself out below this, because, or below this, depends on the personal preference. If I'm looking to get long the fastest, above here, that would be step one. So if I'm looking to go long the fastest, I will put a trade alert here, and depends on the time frame of trading, and one down here. I'm not going to put it because I'm not looking to short it and I'm not long. So if it goes above 37.3 ish, then hey, they might get buyers. 37.4 would be better for my own personal reasons, but then they might get to 38, where would be the next fight. So if they can get above this and do one of these guys, this will be another fight right here. This is R, and this is definitely a fight, and that's the neckline we're talking about. So this is a smaller time frame. I don't think we're going to get any smarter than that. If I go to 5 minutes, it's the same information. All right, so this is the plan with GM. So good company, bad chart recently. There is support below and opportunity above. And this is, we're going to a monthly chart, and you can see how it's all clustered. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on a monthly chart, what are we today? The end of the month. Okay, for a full month, there was indecision in GM. What does that mean? This candle right here is called a doji. Let me talk to you in plain simple English. So what happens is they opened here, they tried to rally, they failed. So they go, I love it. No, wait. I hate it. No, wait. I don't know. So I'm just going to close it about the same where it opened. It's indecision. That's what a doji is. Indecision. So the market doesn't know what to do with it. So the market should have watched this video and put their trade alerts. Okay. Nick signing out.